I just realized I don't have my mic on. I just realized I don't have my mic on. Oh, I guess it is on. Oh, I guess it is on. I don't see it on the top of the camera. It's on the bottom now, so it's kind of weird. I don't see it on the top of the camera. It's on the bottom. Actually. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm sitting right by the air conditioner. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm sitting right by the air conditioner. Can you hear me okay? I'm sitting right by the air conditioner. Is that any better? Is that any better? Yeah, this fan's gonna take a while to turn off. I can't turn the fan off. Yeah, this fan's gonna take a while to turn off. I can't turn the fan off. Let's see here. This thing's really far away. I don't know if that's gonna be. This thing's really far away. I'm really uncomfortable with this gimbal. Can you guys tell? I'm really uncomfortable with this gimbal. Can you guys tell? Let's see here. I'm really uncomfortable with the gimbal. Can you guys tell? Yeah, you can hear the feedback. Because I have the volume on the laptop. Yeah, you can hear the feedback. Because I have the volume on the laptop. There. Okay. Sound is good. Okay, so I can't hear myself, which is fine. I don't need to hear myself. Good evening, Debbie. Sounds good. CD117. Pat Green's here. Tom, be comfortable. Oh, it wasn't that bad? Okay, I'll turn it back on. It was hot out today. It was about 100 degrees out. Yeah, I feel like relaxing, but I just got out of the shower and I was working on the car today and it got a little dirty. Living life on the go. Isn't that what everyone does? Whether we like it or not? Tom O. Hello, Larry. I am doing well. 90 in St. Louis, but you have humidity in St. Louis. So let's see here. I just got a new gimbal, and it's the Zhiyun Crane Plus. That's what the camera's on now. I think I can move it. Pretty sure I can. Is it on follow? It's a little backwards right now. But it's stabilized. I can't actually see. Wait 1 second here. Let's see, so 2 clicks. Hold on a second, guys. It's backwards right now for a reason. I think it's 2 clicks. One, two. There, now it's in follow mode. I can't see what it's doing right now because it's... So no matter where I go, it's going to be centered on me. It's kind of nice like that. Yeah, my cell phone's mounted to it right now, and it's kind of rigged. It's not really following. 1 second here. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now I believe it's in follow and pan mode. So no matter where I'm twisting my arm, and that's what's creating the movement. It's really bad for me to look at the screen on the laptop because it gets me disoriented. Okay, so any questions about this gimbal? I have it, yes, live on the go. I have it mounted to the gimbal, the cell phone. I have a like a clamp that's mountable onto a tripod. That's what I'm using. Yeah, about dead center. I can see it on the laptop how I'm centered up. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot back in the south. I bet. Yeah. So this gimbal is something else. I don't have a quiet autofocus lens, so what I have to do is set up the shot on the gimbal and use a single servo for the focusing. And what that does is it slows me down a bit, but these scenes are very nice. I have a video coming out on Wednesday where I believe the I don't know, first couple minutes of the video is slightly out of focus. Later on, it gets better, but you get to see the full use of the monopod, which is kind of cool. But it's stabilized. You can see, I've been holding it this whole time. It looks pretty stabilized. I would assume. Of course, when I'm looking at you this way and I'm not looking at the laptop, that's an issue. Maybe I can put the laptop. It's still the same thing. I'm still looking down. I'll try it like this. Okay. So yeah, I went out to Shoshone again, and I did my second hike, and there's going to be a third, even shorter. But the one I took, it's called the White Trail. The second hike was it was more technical, I guess. It was about the same in length as the first one. There's a lot more up and down in it. Hey Josh, how you doing? Yeah, the internet's been kind of weird last couple days, Josh. You're in good company. Unless I'm doing gymnastics, I should be fine. Okay. I think I can. Ah, the dreaded. Yeah, you guys are gonna get seasick here in a second. Sorry, I have to level it there. That's as level as it's gonna get. It's really touchy, this thing. I have to. The controls on the gimbal itself is really touchy. If I use my cell phone to move the gimbal around, it's a lot easier. Of course, I can't do that right now because my cell phone's on the gimbal. It's, it's kind of confusing. I wish you guys could see how rigged this is to make the cell phone work. I've got some tape. I've got some rubber bands. I even have some fingernail clippers in there. Right here. I'm having a good time with it. It's a blast to use, really quick to pick up. It was interesting to learn how to balance it, but I'm pretty good at it now. How you guys doing today? Been working on the car myself today. I had some vacuum line problems. What I'm dealing with the car these days is the plastic parts drying up. The hoses, rubber seals, stuff like that, they're all starting to fail in this heat. And when I replaced the engine a few months ago, I replaced as many of these vacuum hoses as I could. But it seems like the connectors that connect, like the elbows that connect the hoses together, those are wearing out. So, I gotta go back and do it again, I think. Yeah, Tim, improvising is good. It's just I had this all set up downstairs earlier and I broke it down. I test set up what I thought would work with the cell phone. It worked fine. However, I had broke it all down. I was going to set up somewhere else and I ended up setting it back up again and it's not exactly right. I was talking about my camera. Not really. I was using my DSLR camera on the gimbal. That's really what this gimbal's for. And that's why it's all rigged right now with all this junk hanging off of it. You really can't see what I'm saying. Wish I could take a picture of this. Uh, I can't really just do a swipe, can I? So the gimbal was gifted to me, I guess, from a viewer. I guess about a month ago, someone asked me on a live chat what it was that I was interested in getting, if I could get anything, and one of them was, whoa, the gimbal itself. And the person sent it to me, which is great. So thank you. And they don't want to be named who it is. So if you're watching, thank you very much. I also got some MREs, and those are going to come in handy. Someone sent those in. And I've been getting a lot of mail lately, and been trying to keep up on it. But thanks everyone for sending stuff in. Lark 516 photo. George from Albany. How you doing? Albany, New York. Nice. Never been there. What was it like in Albany? I watched this Explore channel called R&K. It's this guy and this girl, couple. You guys know who they are? R&K. I think it's R&K all night. I think it's what was, or all day. R&K all day. I think it's what they're called. He got arrested. I think 2 episodes ago or something like that, or an episode ago. I forget which. But he got arrested on one of his Explorers. Not even for the Explorers he was on. He got arrested for this Explorer that he never went on. I don't quite understand. I can't follow what's going on. I was hoping one of you guys were following that. George from Humboldt. Humboldt County. So I keep dipping out of the screen because my laptop is now... I should just sit back. Okay. Maybe that'll work. Two, one, two. One, two. La-di-da. I can't set up the shot because I can't see what I'm doing. I have to wait till it catches up. Is that good? That's good enough. Okay, guys. I'm going to stick it with this. You're stuck with this view. Hey, Larry. Sorry. Finally caught me. Biff? Is that right? There's a Bill. I need my glasses. I need to increase the brightness on it too. Shout out to the Holiday Inns. No doubt. I'm in a Holiday Inn right now. Keith? But you go by Biff. Hey, Keith. Biff Miffin. So how many of you guys have channels? YouTube channels? There's Debbie. Debbie Wagstaff. Thank you, Tim. A big tenor from Tim. Tim O. Josh, that camera, I don't know about that one. The DJI Osmo Action. That's a small little deal with a little gimbal head on it. I'm not completely sold on the audio on that, but you have to use an adapter to use any kind of mic with it, and I don't know. I think I would have a problem with that. You know, doing a channel is a lot of work. I'm pretty much doing YouTube full time now, and it's a ton of work. I mean, I'm always doing something YouTube related every day for about half the day. Well, thanks a lot, Tim. I really appreciate your donation, and thanks for watching. Got any suggestions on places to go? Let me know. within reason. I mean, Alaska's a little out of my range, I think. Or you just buy new vacuum hose. The stuff's not expensive, and it's really easy to replace if you can find it. There's ways to find vacuum hose. Anyway. No, Josh. Yeah, that audio, if you're going to use an external mic, which you're probably going to have to, Josh, with that, because the internal mic on those things really are not, they're not very good. You're in Illinois, south suburbs of Chicago. Yeah, I've been to Chicago many times. I used to fly into Milwaukee. I used to do a lot of press checks up in Milwaukee because it's like, you know, direct mail center of the United States. But I did a lot of business down in Chicago as well. I actually like the Josh. I actually like the new GoPros. Believe it or not, they're pricey, but the new ones are actually pretty nice. They finally worked out a lot of the kinks. However, I don't think they're going to get over their battery problems. It's just too small of a camera. The batteries are susceptible to heat and cold. 35 miles south of Chicago. Wow, nobody here has a channel. That's stunning. Do you have your own studio, or would you like to just stick to adventure videos? I do not have a studio. I'm currently inside of a Holiday Inn, and it's a nice Holiday Inn. I like doing explore videos. I actually don't like being in rooms, so I've kind of grown accustomed to being outside more than inside. The screen is not that great on the GoPro, Josh? Or are you talking about the Osmo? DJ Osmo Action. But the best of all, if you want to get a cool little action camera, just pick up a used Galaxy Note 8. You can get them for like $150. So I did something stupid. You see me fiddling with my shirt? I took a shower and I forgot to bring up a clean shirt. So I'm just constantly doing this because I feel dirty still because I have a dirty shirt on. I didn't have time to go down and get another shirt out of the car. I was late to the live stream, so sorry. Starting a channel is a pain in the butt. Osmo. Yeah, I don't like. You know, I looked at the action cam, and It didn't cut it for me. It was just not enough. That's really the... Oh, that's kind of cool. Can I get both of these on there? Wow, that is an accident waiting to happen right there. Let's see here. Glamper Jan. Yeah, the camera in pro mode is pretty cool. Glamper Jan. Late to my own party indeed. So, the parks are opening up. Death Valley National Park is opened a little bit. The next phase, I think, they're going to be opening up a lot of the spots I need to get to. And once that happens, I'm out there. That's not a window behind me. That is a light. And I don't really need it, so I should turn it... Well, the window's on this side, right? And the light's on this side. I don't think there's any way that the window could have burnt anyone out. Is that better? That should be better. Looks good on my side. I'm getting artifacts in the background. Right around here behind me. I don't like the artifacts. I'd rather blow that stuff out than see them, but I see the artifacts. It's low light. Although these Galaxy Note 8s are really good with low light, so yeah, I can see the artifacts in the... There's a screen here. I can see the artifacts there. Okay. Anyway, thanks for the heads up on the blowing you guys out. Maybe I can get rid of that ugliness. That stuff down there. No, wrong way. There. That should have done it. Okay, I like that. More color. Oh, you're not. I can see it on my laptop. And that's what's being transmitted, so I know it's happening. So why do people like... Let's talk about this, okay? I love Sarah Jane Woodall to death, okay? She's a cool girl. She's my best friend. I think I do better explorers than her, but they're very different from what she does to what I do. Josh, what is it that you guys like about collaborating with Sarah? Is it is it Sarah? Is it me? What is it exactly? I want to know some information here. I'm trying to get her on this live feed, but she's up north right now. But I think upon her return, I think in July we're gonna try and hit something up here on a live feed. So look for that in July. Looks good now. Great. Thanks, Lamperdan. Have I spent much time in Saline Valley? No. That's the last part of Death Valley that I'd like to explore, is Saline Valley. That was from Daniel. Um, Tom, you're right, and that's the main reason why her and I were doing a lot of collaboration. For, for me, I was learning a lot about how to shoot video on the fly from Sarah. She really showed me how to do that. She also showed me how busy you really have to be to get this stuff done. And let me tell you, her work ethic is well above and beyond mine. She puts me to shame. She's always recording something or thinking of something. Thanks, Biff. Yeah, I like my style better. I'm a little more methodical. Not methodical. I apply some common sense and mechanical knowledge to what I'm looking at. I think is the difference between Sarah and I. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Josh. I think I have good adventures. You can get really caught up with these adventures. You can look for adventures that are really mind blowing, hard to get to, uh, dangerous. They're all the above. It's all in the planning, but those are few and far in between. And I may see one of those kind of explorers once, twice a year. I think last year was Death Valley Germans for me. It was a big one for me. Kind of want to go back there, but it's hard to find people who are capable of going on that kind of hike. Sarah's not really interested in going back to that just to see where someone may have passed away. We didn't finish that hike though. We got about halfway to the end, to the turning point. We had to turn around, or else we wouldn't have made it back that night. So, but there's three actual trails that they could have taken, three paths they could have taken, and the one I think they were going to take or did take, that's the one I want to go on. But that's a whole nother 24 hours of hiking, and I just need some support for that. Sarah's not really up for that, and I don't blame her. It's a hike in the middle of nowhere to see nothing, except kind of where they all passed away, their last resting place, kind of thing. Okay, so yes, Daniel, taking a toll on your vehicle, definitely. If it's not the washboarded roads or the rugged off-roading that's going on, it's the heat, and the heat right now is what's killing all. It's drying all the rubber parts up. So yeah, it does take a toll. I don't mind working on it. So I'm not comparing myself to others, but I get a lot of people asking, do more collaboration with Sarah, and we're going to be. It takes time to plan all this out. She's got stuff planned out into the future, so I have to squeeze those things in somehow. Yeah, Josh. A lot of people have that same issue. It's like drinking beer, Sarah. It's an acquired taste. Tim, you both probably are. You both are absolutely awesome. Great, thank you. Well, thanks, Tim. Thank you. To put me on the same level as Sarah is kind of freaking me out because she's way above me. But yeah. Yeah, we do. This is monorails. Yeah, our styles they vary. We had the same topic, but our approach is a little different. My approach is more how were these guys working in these locations? How did they get their ore from one place to another? How did they construct these mines? How did they construct these mills? Everything. There was an actual mill that I went to the same weekend I met Sarah a few years ago. It was a mill up in the Panamint Mountains there, and what was left of it, that is. But you could tell that the mill had gone through an upgrade. It had the stamps there, alongside the rotary mill that they put in place. The stamps were set off to the side, sitting on the ground, and the newer, I guess, grinder, or what they pummeled the rocks with, or the ore with, was in place. It was a rotary deal. I was looking at this stuff, going, "Wow, where was this other mill at?" And it just dawned on me, no, these guys just moved this stuff off and put it off the side and installed a new piece. That told a story to me, and I just get a kick out of stuff like that. Okay, Josh, were you real quiet? Oh, are you talking about the video, Josh? That what did I call Manhattan, Nevada, where I walked up and down the main street of a semi ghost town. It was early in the morning. If I had been talking this voice, I think I would have woke someone up. I've been on YouTube for about 2.5 years, almost to the day. That's a long time for me to do anything for, every day. It's a long time. That was CD117 asked that question. Okay, David says some of us came to your channel through Sarah. Yes, a lot of you came through Sarah's channel. Yes. Yeah, Sarah has an allergic reaction to railroads. She does not like railroads, which I find pretty funny. Um, and it's hard to get her to go to any more mines because, well, you've been to one, you kind of seen them all. I just like how different mines are set up. So, Dennis. Yeah, the Goldfield one was cool. I like Goldfield. I'll be going back again. Yeah, yeah. That the interest in Josh. I'm addressing you on this one, Josh. The Manhattan video sprung me into action. I'm going to be doing a lot more of those. I haven't quite lined them all up yet, so once I do that, you'll start seeing those roll out. So that, along with explore videos, along with mine and mill videos, they're all on the way. Maybe not. Maybe not. She'd make a great cowgirl, though, Tom. Daniel. Red's Meadow. Backside of Mammoth. Mammoth Mountain. Where's Mammoth? Is that near LA? No, it's Big Bear. It's fleeting me right now. Where is Mammoth? Is that Central California? No, I got that. I understand, Tom. Who's this? Hey, Fat Thor, how you doing, man? Fat Thor, by the way, I had some beers with Fat Thor the other night. Thank you, sir. And he contributed to the channel as well. Thank you, sir. You have a question. At Larry, do you know... Oh, you're talking about... Yeah, that place is still open, and it's still for sale. Fat Thor, it's still there. The Sierras. That's where that's at, Mammoth? Okay. Josh, cool. Okay, Mammoth Lakes. Okay. North of Bishop, got ya. Near Mono Lake. Okay, I know Mono Lake very well. CD117. Having some history on some of these mines would be great. Some of these mines we don't even know we're going to. We kind of run across them. Unless we do know exactly where we're going, then we will map it out, do some research, and follow up. But there was this video I did. I think it's called Mini Mill, Mini Mine. We were out and about just wandering through the desert, Sarah and I, and we were looking for something to video. Something abandoned, and we did stumble across something. We had to figure it out right there on the spot. But the Mini Mill, Mini Mine was a copper mine, believe it or not. We found that found that information out afterwards. Daniel. Devil's Post Pile. Never heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Tim, Larry and all. Got around. Okay, Tim. Thank you, Tim, for your donation. I really appreciate it. Fat Thor, thank you for your donation. Donation, by the way, from Fat Thor was very generous. He threw $100 my way the other night, and I have to say thank you, Fat Thor. And Fat Thor, I have to return that book to you. I have been to Bodie Ghost Town, and I tried doing video there 2 different times, and I was not happy with the video. I should go back, but it's not a real ghost town. It's more of a national park. Bodie is. It's being preserved as the condition that it's in. I should go back there. Hot Creek, okay. I know where that's at. I've never been to Mammoth, so yeah. I plan on going back out to that area to go to Lone Pine, to be honest with you. I want to do some camping out at Lone Pine. Alabama Hills, I think is what they call it. In Red's Meadow, no kidding. A natural hot shower. That sounds fun. So one thing that Sarah's got me hooked on is the hot springs. And by the way, Tecopa Hot Springs is open. Have not been in it yet, but it is open. And it's very clear last I was there. I've never seen a hot spring shower though. So when the park opens up, I plan to go out to the Ibex Dunes. I plan to go out to the Eureka Dunes, as well as the Saline Hot Springs. Okay, let's see here. I got some reading to do here. I'm reading something from someone it's been held for review. I have to read this. I see why. I'm going to show what has been. There's a bad word in it, but it's been abbreviated. I think that's why it went on hold. So this is I think it's Darla. I'll show it. There it is. So what is my story? I actually did a video about this very thing. And I probably should do another one, but because it's somewhat over over time it has morphed a bit. Um, I forgot the name of the video. I think it's "Why Am I Doing This?" Video. But basically, yeah, I worked for corporate America. I worked for some agencies. I worked for some pretty big companies, and I did a lot of marketing, project management, marketing projects for them. Really got sick of it. I started seeing a darker side to corporate, and I did not like what I was working around. And I also had some things going on in my personal life that I didn't like. So all these things were happening at one time, and I decided to make a break from what had been doing for the past 20, 25 years. So I did exactly that. I stopped what I was doing. I sold everything off. I got rid of all my overhead, and I boiled it down to this. I wanted to do explore videos. Didn't know exactly what of. I just knew I didn't want to do project management anymore. Marketing. I've had enough, and I was gaining weight. I was drinking a lot. I was not happy with my life, and I decided to make a change for the better. And that's exactly the road you see me on now. 2.5 years later, I'm still doing it, and I've never made as little money as I'm making today, ever. I think the last time I made less money than this was when I'd had no job, uh, when I was living at home. Uh, Before I knew I had to work for money, I was just getting money as a weekly allowance kind of thing. Look, I dropped it all. I dropped everything to be my own boss and to do what I'm doing now. I enjoy it. It's not easy. It's not for everyone. The way I'm living right now is not a forever thing for me, but it is what I'm doing now. When that may change, I don't know. But right now, I'm very happy living out of the BMW X5. I love being mobile. I love just being able to pack up and move at any time I want. Um, I've never been happier. I really haven't, and I've got a lot of thanks to some key people, but the real thanks goes to all the subscribers, all the people who watch these videos, because without that, I wouldn't be here. I gave myself a time frame to get things done. I'm right on schedule. So even down to my subscriber count right now, I think it's about 2,600, and I was supposed to be at 2,500 right about now. So um, things are rolling out as expected. Me doing these explores on mines, mills, and railroads, and just regular hikes. These are things I do all the time. So I'm happy to keep on going. So does that answer your question in long? I guess it does. What's my story? So that's my story. I think that's Darla. Or is it Darla? Okay. I need coffee too. Can you give me some coffee, Tom? It's a yearly event. I don't know what you're talking about. Fat? Oh. I'm reading everyone's comments right now. Oops. I really like looking at the comments on the laptop versus shooting the video off the laptop. I'm a complex person. I don't know why. I'll let you know, Al. Right now I'm good. Yeah, Josh, I got rid of everything in a grand scale. Uh, I had some race cars. I had a truck. I had a trailer. I had a whole separate garage. Like I could have opened a whole business working on cars. I got rid of it all in about 45 days. I just had enough. Would you ever share the story of why you're banned from that one place that I won't mention because you haven't told us the story? Are you talking about, Isabel? Are you talking about the video where I got kicked out of an Explorer at the very end? Or are you talking about a hotel near Death Valley? I'd be happy to tell you. I just don't know which one you're talking about. Glenford Jan, are you going? You are good doing what you do, Larry. Keep it up. I sure will. Isabel. Why am I banned from? Where am I banned from? I got banned from Ballarat, but that's not really my fault. Well, I'm at okay. Why can I not go back to Death Valley Junction? Because they want me to take a video down, and I said I would take the video down if they put it in writing that I have to take the video down. They have not sent me an email. They have not sent me a piece of mail. They have not done anything to tell me to take it down. So they banned me. That's fine because I'll just wait till they go out of business and the place becomes abandoned. Then I'll do my video there. I'll just outwait them. But that's really the only reason why. There's other things around that, but I don't want to get into that. Okay, I'll get into one of the things that kind of bothers me. I used to stop by that place when I was working at in Death Valley Junction, Fine Cannabis, the pot dispensary out there in the grow house. I would stop by there in the morning to get some free internet and catch up on my comments and stuff like that in the morning before I went into work, which is directly across the street. Well, I was there one morning and I got out of the car and I was sitting on their bench on the outside of their building and getting internet, and a gentleman walks up and starts threatening me and telling me that he's already killed everyone on the inside of the building and that he was getting ready to kill me. So I called the police. Management at Death Valley Junction, Amagrosa Valley, or Amagrosa Opera House, did not like me doing that because apparently the sheriff had to take the person way, I guess, down to Baker, which is about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away, to take him out of Death Valley Junction. So they got a lot of flack for that. Therefore, I was banned from ever entering their property again because, someone was threatening me. It's a lot of weird stuff going on, so I'd rather not go back there. They're having some really hard times. Yeah, I bet you Marta Beckett was an awesome person to meet. All that artwork was done by her, and it's pretty amazing, that in itself. Plus, she ran the place. She discovered it pretty much. She returned it to a working place from the ashes that it was at the time. I mean, I think there were horses and donkeys living inside some of the rooms in the buildings at DVJ. But it's a fascinating story, Marta Beckett's story and her progression to the West Coast from the East Coast. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a wreck then, and it kind of still is a wreck now. Not as much as it was, I bet you, in the 70s, but it's still in tatters. The Opera House. It's famous for being haunted. You're absolutely right, Fat Thor. I've never experienced any paranormal experiences there in my stays there, and I've explored there quite a bit. Yeah. The abandoned pool is just across the street from Death Valley Junction Hotel. The pool, that is. And that was a community pool. Yeah. And the reason why it's those ghost hunters kind of investigating videos that really shut a lot of the videos that go on at Death Valley Junction Opera House down. No one can video out there because of the bad things that went on with that. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. There are some bad YouTubers out there who will take advantage. Timo, okay. Okay, Tim. Hey, I'm 52, Tim. I'm right behind you, Al. Yeah, there is a cemetery nearby. It's, I guess it's south of Death Valley Junction on 127 by about half a mile to maybe a quarter mile away from Death Valley Junction Hotel. You can see it on the map. I've done a video there too. Catch you later, Josh. I did the video first, Fat. Not Wonder Hussy. I was the first one to do the video there. I let her know about it, and she was all freaked out. Oh, I can't do it. I'm like, no, you can do a video there. It's not part of the Death Valley Junction property. A hotel near Death Valley, yes. Death Valley Junction. And same with Long Street. Long Street's about 7 miles further away than Death Valley Junction to the park. I did a China Ranch hike video from China Ranch back into Ticopa to the brewery. Yes, I plan on doing more hikes out in China Ranch area as well. I must have said something I shouldn't. No secret. You went there from the Devil's Hole. You went from there to Devil's Hole. You gained entry, Daniel, to the Devil's Hole? Good for you. That place is locked up like Fort Knox. Russ, how you doing? Ross, excuse me. Well, thanks, Ross. It's a pleasure. I enjoy doing the work. It's gotten a lot harder now with the gimbal. Wow. Yeah, I like this gimbal. You know. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm afraid to move this gimbal. Oops. So yeah, you can have to adjust this here to move in close or move further away. It's just so smooth in what it does. Look at this. This would not be usable footage, me doing this, normally. Yeah, I'm gonna break this thing. Okay. Fat Thor. I like going to China Ranch for their chili verde avocado sauce. You buy the case? You're funny, man. Oh, Fat Thor, by the way, I spoke with Sarah Jane Woodall, Wonder Hussy, and she loves to read your Yelp reviews. She's a big fan of yours. She says hello. Oh, you want to know more about the dispensary? Oh, okay. Okay. There's a lot of reasons why I can't do a video in there, and I'm good friends with them still. I still go out there and say hello from time to time. They won't let me do a video inside their grow house because there's a lot of trade secrets in there. There's also a lot of security in there. There's a lot of cameras watching everything, and for me to do a video in there is very problematic. I think they went through two or three management changes, and each change we talked about it, and each time we came to the same conclusion. It's just too complex. It would take months and months and months to make a 5-minute video. So as much as I want to, I can't. I cannot make a video in there. So that's where it sits. I cannot make a video in there because of trade secrets. How do I handle heat right now? Well, one of them is to find a really good partner, Al, as far as heat goes. There's a couple things to do. One, go up in elevation. The other thing is to partner up with a company like Holiday Inn that has a nice lobby. It's air conditioned. They have a pool even. So that's an advantage. But before this, this is fairly recent, but before this, I would go up in elevation. But the problem with going up in elevation right now is a lot of the national parks that I used to do that in, they're still closed. I can't get out to Dante's View. That's another place I would go to go up in elevation. It's about 10, 15 degrees cooler in Dante's View than it was, say, at Badwater Basin. So yeah, there are things to do like that. Goldfield is a place to go to. If you go northern Nevada, it gets cooler. I think when it's about 95 degrees here, it's about 80 degrees in Goldfield, as an example. But Goldfield's about 2 hours away from here, so that's a big move for me. Good questions. Now, the reason why I was asking early on about Sarah Jane Woodall and what is it you guys are looking for, how can I say this? I get a lot more videoing done on my own. There are advantages, security advantages, going out with other people. And I'll try and do that when I can, but it slows everything down. The way Sarah and I work, though, we don't tend to step on each other's feet. We tend to work around each other, and we don't delay each other. But there have been times where I've delayed her almost an hour doing video. Shallow or deep? I don't know what the water situation level is. I would assume that it's being maintained. Hey, Brittany. Brittany's back. I'm fidgety. Can you tell? Playing with my clothes all the time. I can see out the corner of my eye me messing with my clothes. It bothers me. I gotta control that. I think what you're seeing is my nervous habits when I'm around my computer. Isn't that weird? Uh, if I have the phone, I'm not fidgety. If I'm holding the phone doing a live feed, I'm not fidgety. When I'm at my laptop, I tend to think and I tend to fidget. I don't know what that is. Darla, the X5, you think I underestimate the capabilities of the X5. Okay. I don't have the X Drive system. I have a manual 5-speed transmission. The X5 spent 2 days off road around Mount Potosi, Darla, and I was off road with Sarah and her rig, and Lexi and Skylar in their 4x4 Jeep Cherokee, I believe, Grand Cherokee. I was way outclassed off road. We were going through some serious rough roads. Um, I kept up with them, no problem. I'm very capable in the manual X5. It does have the tripoding problem still, where you get one wheel off the ground and you're dead meat. You just have to know when the car is going to do that and kind of send it through versus driving through it. And it causes more damage to the car when you do stuff like that. But yeah, Darla, I'm very in tune with what the car can do. I've taken it places where I probably shouldn't have. So, and I've made it out fine. But it's a very capable all-wheel drive vehicle. It's not four-wheel drive by any means. Okay. You can't go anywhere because all the hills are on fire. That's hilarious. So, you remember all the fires in California, what, about a year ago, 6 months ago to a year ago? Where are all the fires now? Was it big business taking all that energy and causing the fires? What was going on with that? The California fires have just disappeared with COVID-19. Why? No one's talking about that. I mean, PG&E was going bankrupt, weren't they? I mean, it was falling apart in California. What happened? It just all got better when COVID-19 showed up? That bothers me. xDrive is all-wheel drive system for BMW, correct, in automatic transmissions. I don't have xDrive. Yeah, you're getting the flicker probably because I have no idea why. The lighting hasn't changed. There's only one light on. Yeah, it's dimming. What you're probably seeing is the camera uh, going up and down in exposure. Yeah. Is there city water in Pahrump? Is wells. Oh, Not about the dispensary per se, but your experience while there as it relates to the Opera House. I had no bad experiences between the Opera House and the dispensary at all. Other than Death Valley Junction Opera House didn't like the fact that Death Valley Junction Fine Cannabis was named what it was because they're not technically in Death Valley Junction. They're part of Amarosa Valley. I know, it's weird. A town barely holding on to existence doesn't want someone else another company that could actually bring traffic to their little town named the same. I don't know. Not a lot of common sense out there in Death Valley Junction, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, Anthony. What? What? Thank you. Oh my goodness. What did I do to deserve that? And how can I keep doing that? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I didn't even... Thor, is that correct? They have city water here? That's unheard of. Everyone has wells around here. I've never... Where's the station at? Where's the... I would like to know. Thanks, Anthony. More to come. Did you have a Anthony, I have a question for you, and thank you again. What is it? What type of ventures are you looking for? What type of ventures do you like the most? My hikes, the mine type things. What is it that you like specifically? You're gonna say all of it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for some. I'm asking for a reason. Daniel. Today is the first day of summer. Thank you. I'll check out Red's Meadow definitely after this. I think I can do that right now. Because the camera still works. And I just can't see what's going on. You probably see a big white light now because I'm on Google. Oh, there's the showers. Wow. Mammoth Lake. Very cool. Okay, I got it. I got it pinned. Ghost Town Explorations. Yeah. And I got some coming up. We got some coming up. June, July. Probably in July you'll see a lot more of the Ghost Town stuff. I'm supposed to be setting up a bunch of explorers with Wonder Hussey and Skylar and Lexi. So that should be coming up July. Man, it's the 20th already. I've got to get my act together. Okay. Folks, do we have any other questions? Oh, give me a like. We got 34 likes. Yay. 28 watching. Thank you, guys. That's all I can ask. If you haven't liked, please like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Thor, thank you. You don't need to do that, Thor. Really? But thank you, sir. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything, guys? Did I answer all your questions? I hope I did. One thing it doesn't tell me is how long I've been on. I started 70 minutes ago. But on the phone app, it actually has exactly how long you've been on. Okay, I think that's it, folks. Well, Fat Thor can back me up on this. I'm not a big paranormal person, but that doesn't mean I don't believe in it or it hasn't happened. It's so, uh, it's not predictable. I can't bet on something happening. So it's a fleeting thing, and I'd rather just do the explore and show people what I see. And if it happens to, if I happen to capture something, I'll expose it. But I'm not going to go looking, for EMF clues. Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'd love to go to Mexico sometime. Man, I drove through New Mexico one time when I was driving out to North Carolina, and I have to say it was a beautiful night drive. I drove all night through the desert. Yeah, I have not finished up all my videos for the dunes, Darla. That's coming. Do a search on Ibex dunes. You'll probably understand why I want to go to them. And I actually got kicked out of that. I was doing the video of that, and I got kicked out of the park. It was Death Valley National Park. COVID-19 kicked me out. I agree, Dennis Nelson. I think so too. I'm going to be doing a lot of those types of videos as well. I find the small towns very, what's the word? I don't want to say interesting. They are. They shouldn't be forgotten. They need to be documented as they sit right now, and maybe someone can do an update later on. But I really do think they need to be documented. Okay, Paul. All right. You keep on doing that, sir. Okay. Okay, Fat, you're making me hungry now with your Yelp recollections of different places to go eat. Thank. I think he's a big cheeseburger fan. Fat, that is. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off for the night. Um, unless you got any last minute questions. I knew Thor would get a laugh out of that. RV man. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do Ibex and then the next day to Eureka. I mean, they're on the opposite sides of the state basically, or the park. Ibex Dunes is close to Dumont Dunes, very south part of the park. I think it's the southernmost part of Death Valley Park before you leave the park. And then Eureka Dunes is the northernmost part of the park. But those are the Eureka Dunes are one of the largest. The Ibex Dunes have one of the most amazing landscape you can find. It has abandoned mill and mine remains going into the dunes. It's amazing. Kevin, Kevin S. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific, we do this. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. I'm not posting it anymore. The only way you'll learn of that is if you join one of these things. So there you go. You have been informed every Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific. You'll find me here live jabbering to nobody. Well, to you guys, but there's no one to talk back. I'm reading. Okay, let's talk about that. You want to do a meetup? Where would that meetup happen? Because most people don't live around here. Las Vegas, I guess. Everyone can fly into Las Vegas for a few days and do a meetup out in Las Vegas. Sounds fun. October would be a perfect time to do a one as well. Notices go out. They don't always go out, but they go out. RV man, what's no way? I I did one on Friday and Saturday, I think, last week, Brittany. RV man, Vegas. No way, Vegas. RV man, are you saying that Vegas would be a good place to go, or it shouldn't? No way, no way you're going to Vegas. Maybe we should do a meetup out in the middle of nowhere, like at a campsite. Everyone bring your own camping gear, transportation. I was thinking a meetup in Las Vegas would be cool because then everyone would just fly in and just walk over. True. Yes to Vegas? There's a yes. Okay. Well, I'll give it some thought doing a meetup. That would be fun. Never done one. Usually meetups happen like this. I know you. Okay. So I will think about that in October. And I don't know if Vegas is a good idea, but maybe there's a dry lake bed just outside of Vegas. Be kind of fun to do a meetup out there. And I think all cars can access that. If you fly into Las Vegas, get a room there, and just drive out with the rental car out to this dry lake bed, we can do a meetup out there. Yeah, there's tons to do. So I'll think about it. You guys too, and I'm gonna sign up for the night. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We could do it at the Pahrump Holiday Inn. That's a great idea. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, everyone. Thanks all for tuning in, and I will talk to you next Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific. And please tune in. I have a video coming out on Wednesday. You have been warned. All you guys, all 35 of you, you've been warned. The Wednesday video is done on my new gimbal, and it looks amazing. However, the first little bit of the start is out of focus. I am not going back out in this 100-degree weather and redoing the intro out in Shoshone. Just no way it's going to happen. But I apologize right now. But please enjoy the video on Wednesday. It's coming. I like it. I personally like it. And feedback as usual. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Eminence for an X5. How am I going to end this? I got to go to the other side. I'm going to disappear. But I'm going to have to end it by walking over here, I think. Yeah, there's the X. Do you want to end the video? No. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I'm positive I want to stop streaming. But I already said that. Wait. I don't want to cancel. I want to